The views and opinions expressed by the guests, callers, and hosts on this and all Rense Radio Network programs do not necessarily reflect or agree with those of the network, its commercial sponsors, its radio station affiliates, or Internet broadcast platforms. In these controversial times, we believe the First Amendment and freedom of the press are absolutely essential to the survival of our nation. Thank you. And now, enjoy the program.
Possible moment, and I'll continue working right through, well, as long as it takes. We're going to get the news together, and there are amazing stories again to consider. I would urge all of you, and again, I'm not trying to push any particular viewpoint on anyone, but I think you need to look at and consider the top stories in headlines. Look for them. They're set off by a single space, and I would ask all of you to look at. They're worth your time. They are worth your time. The brave Italian doctor's warning to all people: don't get tested, refuse the vaccine, and he states quite clearly in his documentation that COVID is the name of the plan of worldwide mass depopulation. It's not really the name of the virus. There's a duplicity there. It's worth looking at. I watched it. It's got subtitles. Worth factoring in to the deluge, the avalanche, the crescendo growing of information of all sorts. It's just massive overload. Then we have the American physician who takes a very good close look at the new coronavirus vaccine. She says, "It frightens me. The tech is in the vax, and it's here right now." She calls it transhumanism 2.0. And then another big story. Nearly 1,000 German doctors have now gotten together. They're putting on their own investigation into the coronavirus lockdown, the government policy, everything. Nearly 1,000 German doctors say COVID-19 is a 100% scam. You got to watch that one. You'll have to actually read subtitles again, but well worth it. These are very serious professionals. There is a virus, but it is no worse, according to their view and their research. There's 1,000 top doctors in Germany, as any excessive, we'll call it, an above average influenza season. They're not saying it's an influenza virus, but they're saying, look at the statistics. Fatality rate, 0.25 or 0.26. Those are the best figures that I can come up with. So there's a lot to look at up there right now. The main news will be going up in a few minutes. First up tonight, and this is going to be very interesting. David Oates has been working himself on speech reversals for the last couple of weeks. And he wrote to me and he said he has some dynamite revelations on Trump, Pence, the pervert Biden, Harris, the whole gang, and more. So we're going to go 2 hours tonight on reverse speech with David Oates. Hello, David. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I am, Jeff. How are you this evening?
Well,
hello?
People always ask me that. And what can I say? Honestly, overwhelmed at the amount of information, disinformation, misinformation, misdirection, fear porn. I've never seen anything like it. We all, I think, those of us who study this honestly, realize that this is a plan of probably decades in the making. It is being used to overthrow the status quo and ultimately to reduce population. That is my best take on all the data I've seen since January. All right, there's much more to it than that, but that's the way it looks. And things in your country, my friend, are not good in terms of the way the government is handling this alleged pandemic. It's bad. I'm going to play
the state of Victoria today announced they're extending the state of emergency for another 12 months, which gives them broad powers. They can search without a warrant. They can detain indefinitely for public safety. Enforce all the COVID laws, which are compulsory mask wearing and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's a little bit scary. Yeah,
well, it's you have lost all Australians right now have lost all rights. You don't have a constitution like we do. It doesn't matter. You've lost all rights. You've lost your right to freedom of speech. You've lost your right to assembly. You lost your right to voice your concern. Here's what I'm going to do now, if it's okay. Since we have 2 hours, David, I've got a clip here. I've got a clip, and I think he's the Victoria chief cop. I don't know what his rank is, but I think he's the number one guy. Now, what you're about to hear, dear friends, not only here in the U.S., but around the world, will tell you how bad things have gotten in Australia. And remember what happened in Australia when they disarmed the people. The government began to run roughshod over everyone. Now, here is the top cop in Victoria, I believe it's Victoria, and I want you to listen carefully what this guy is going to say. I was stunned. So take a listen.
I just want to recap really briefly on what we're already doing because we have a significant commitment. We have Operation Sentinel, which is every day 500 police officers out and about, tasking, checking populous places, knocking on doors, a whole range of things. We have...
All right, they got 500 Stasi agents out all day, every day. Understand, that's what he's really saying.
Operation Sentinel 2, which is the vehicle checkpoints. 8 vehicle checkpoints right around the restricted area, those permanent ones where we're checking the access and egress right throughout the state.
They're stopping automobiles now, but that's not all.
Yes, yeah.
All right, fasten your seatbelts.
We have Operation Shielding, 160 transit police officers, transit protective services officers, I should say, and 8...
No, sorry, friend, you got it right the first time. I don't care what you call them, they're cops.
Police officers from transit who are out there every day and they're making sure that there's public assurance, they're checking who should be in proper areas, and they're enforcing as you would expect them to be doing so. And from our perspective, though, the people, the vast majority who are doing the right thing, need to understand for those who aren't, there is a consequence.
Here it comes.
And there are consequences, and I want to be really clear on that. In the last week, we've seen a trend, an emergence, if you like, of groups of people, small groups, but nonetheless concerning groups who classify themselves as sovereign citizens, whatever that might mean.
He knows damn well what it means.
People who don't think the law applies to them. We've seen them at checkpoints, baiting police, not providing their name and address on at least 3 or 4 occasions in the...
How dare they? How dare they not present their papers? How dare they not give their name and address, huh?
We've had to smash the windows of people in cars and pull them out of there so they could provide...
Okay, listen to that again.
The windows of people in cars.
One more time.
Police not providing their name and address. On at least 3 or 4 occasions in the past week, we've had to smash the windows of people in cars and pull them out of there so they could provide their details because they weren't telling us where they were going. They weren't adhering to the Chief Health Officer guidelines. They weren't providing their name and their address. We don't want to be doing that, but people have to absolutely understand there are consequences for your actions, and if you're not doing the right thing, we will not hesitate to issue infringements, to arrest you, to detain you where it's appropriate. The message is clear from me, and it's simple. We want you to stay at home. That's what the Chief Health Officer wants you to do. We expect you to adhere to the Chief Health Officer guidelines. If you don't, we will be enforcing those. We will issue infringements. We will arrest you. We will detain you where we have to.
Okay, that's enough of that a-hole.
That's Victoria.
These people are communists, thugs, under Stasi overlords, and they're enforcing everything with great gusto, smashing car windshields and dragging people out because they will not tell the officer where they're going. Yeah. What the hell is this?
Yeah, well, that's the restrictions. You're only allowed 5 kilometres from your house. You've got to have a legitimate reason to be out. So, what is legitimate, of course, is anyone's guess. And they're enforcing it. They are. Oh.
This is bad.
It's scary stuff. It really is.
Well, you be careful about what you say. I don't expect you to tell us fully how you feel. That's okay. You live there. You don't want. You're already on the radar, so just keep it minimal.
Well, we all know that.
Yeah.
I'll talk about being on the radar. I will play you. We'll start the show off with. Hang on, I got to find it first. We'll start the show off with a reversal I found on me, talking about my shoulder injury, and was a rather scary, a scary reversal. So listen to this forwards. Yeah, I don't know what I did. I shredded my biceps and tore 2 rotator cuff tendons, and who knows how it happened. This reversal says the space cell bombed it. The space cell bombed it. The space cell bombed it. You hear that? The space cell bombed it.
I sure do.
Take that as your way.
That's what I suggested initially, that you were hit with a beam weapon, a directed energy weapon. They have them from satellites. They have them from airplanes. They have them from vans parked in front of your house. Whatever. You were hit, and David's shoulder was essentially destroyed. He had to have major surgery on it. What's that?
Yeah, yes, it was virtually destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the question. Were they aiming for David's head to explode his brain, and they would simply call it, he had an aneurysm and passed away in his sleep? Oops. That's what they would have said. There would have been an easy autopsy cover-up. David would be gone. Were they aiming for his head and missed by a couple of inches and hit his shoulder? We don't know. We'll never know. But that is a distinct possibility.
Especially with that reversal. All right.
Your subconscious, David, your subconscious knows you were hit from above. Okay?
Yeah, well,
it knows.
That's the reversal. Yes, it knows. That's my whole life. The unconscious knows more than the conscious. And I didn't know what I thought about the injury until I found that reversal. And I said, oh, right. Okay, there we go.
What was the first thing I said to you when you told me about the injury and you had no idea how it happened?
Yeah, you told me. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They hit me, David, with a beam 5 years ago and knocked me out at the wheel. Gone.
Yeah, I know.
I was out instantaneously, gone. at 65 miles an hour, 6:30, 6:25 in the evening. And there's no question that technology, I have friends, they told me that's old technology. It's been around 25, 30 years. So what you were subjected to is a much more advanced directed energy weapon than I think what they used on me. But whatever, it did tremendous damage to David's shoulder. And this is how they get rid of people. Oh, he had a heart attack. Maybe they were aiming for your heart. Oh, he had an aneurysm in his brain. Anyhow, you're very lucky. Maybe they'll back off now that we're giving this publicity.
Who knows? We'll see. It's nothing stopping me, mate. I've been doing this for 36 years. I'll be doing reversals in my coffin as they drag me off. So,
well,
all right.
Keep it up.
I've been doing a lot of time on the DNC, Biden and Kamala Harris, and been looking at Pelosi and some on Trump. And I've actually got a light clock load right now, which means I've got more spare time to look at media.
That's good. So, the DNC,
so let's start off with some Joe Biden. This first reversal really sums a whole lot up. Incidentally, I thought I had a lot more than what I had, but my right-hand man, Jeff Toth, went through all my reversals this morning and decimated them, so I've only got about half what I had, but they're still pretty good. All right, so when I say decimated them, he weeded out the ones that weren't suitable for airplay. There you go.
Well, maybe if they're just 4-letter words or something, we can certainly give a disclaimer.
No, the reversals weren't clear. They were
okay.
documented.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so here we go with Biden.
Did you watch that? Look, come on, man. I know you're trying to goad me, but, I mean, I'm so forward looking to have an opportunity to sit with the president or stand with the president in debates.
And here he says in reverse, they deserve to feel this sick.
Deserve to feel this sick. Deserve to feel this sick. Deserve to feel this sick.
Did you hear that?
Yes, who's he talking about? Who's they? They deserve it.
They are the people. He wants to debate Trump, okay? He's looking forward to sitting down. But they, the people, deserve to see that I'm sick, okay? I've got a debate because people need to know that I'm not a well man. His
subconscious is stepping forward to do the right thing. The people need to know that I am seriously ill. Oh, yes.
That's exactly what the verse was saying. Here, I'll play it
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch that? Look, come on, man. I know you're trying to goad me, but, I mean, I'm so forward looking to have an opportunity to sit with the president or stand with the president in debates.
And if he's conscious, they deserve to feel this sick.
They deserve to feel this sick. They deserve to feel this sick.
Yeah, so the people out there, deserve to see that I'm sick, deserve to feel this sick. So he's
deserve to be fully aware of his illness, of course. That's fascinating. Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right. That was actually before the convention. Okay, so here we have Biden at the convention. Oh my God, this is a horrible reversal. Okay, here we go.
If you entrust me with the presidency, I will draw on the best of us, not the worst. I'll be an ally of the light, not the darkness.
And he says back was sent God the, it's a 4-letter word starting with C. Sent God the sea.
Sent God the sun. Sent God the sun. Sent God the sun.
You hear that?
Now he's speaking past tense there, sent, not send.
Yeah, sent, but he's been very disrespectful about his whole demeanor is one of great disrespect. Okay, and I don't think he trusts himself. Is the way I'm interpreting this.
This is interesting. So his subconscious knows that his consciousness is in severe decline because his brain function. This separates the computer. The brain is the computer, so to speak. But the subconscious mind has nothing to do with the brain. It's something else entirely. This, I think, delineates that and separates the two very clearly. Here's the subconscious, in a sense, ratting him out.
That's right.
For the good of the for the good of the good. It's the right thing to do.
Exactly right. Exactly correct. See, this is where reverse speech is coming from. It's coming from, well, we say the unconscious. It's actually coming from the spirit, which is connected to ultimate truth. And the spirit is always bringing us back to the path of truth. And if we go off track, it brings us back. Like we saw it with Hillary Clinton. Be quiet. You know, with those reversals where the unconscious was telling Hillary Clinton to shut up. And now the unconscious is saying, listen, you're sick, mate. People need to know that. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So,
no, this is a fascinating example. Excuse the interruption. Of the subconscious, which represents, I think, reality, speaking above all of the games and chicanery and lies and deceit that the conscious mind constantly spins as a fable and a fake mask to deceive the world.
You're exactly you. I couldn't have explained it better myself. Yes. Actually, you explained it better than I could, actually. So,
That's amazing.
Right, so here we have another one that's a similar type message. Here we go.
It's a moment that calls for hope and light and love. Hope for our future. Light to see our way forward. And love for one another.
And backwards she says, they want to know we'll fall.
They want to know we're falling. They want to know we're falling. They want to know we're falling.
In other words, the people out there, they deserve to know they deserve to know I'm sick, and now they want to know we'll fall. We're not going to succeed.
We being the Democrat ticket in the alleged election, we're going to fall.
We're going to fall.
See, I've looked at this now for some time as this is a designated loser ticket. Biden, mentally ill and deranged. Harris, an obvious horror, who's made it on Well, all right. Well, these are coming up. When we come back, I'll play a little something as well, which when you look at and consider the DNC speech that Biden did not make that day, which I think, and a few friends think that he may have recorded it weeks and weeks ago, and there may be many edits in it, but with the magic of CGI, Hollywood editing, you can't see the edits. It looks smooth. Anything is possible. Nothing you see should you take to the bank anymore as being real. It's like a deep fake video. So that speech he gave looks to me to have been done over a period of time with many, many takes. Just my sense. Be right back with David. Oates. This is something I want to do. I've just got to find my notes. There they are. Okay. Now, last week, where the heck is it? I went off to a different page. Hold on. Let me find this. It's not there. History. That's where you go. History. Here it is. Okay. This is Jill Biden, and that is a commercial. Let me get rid of it. 2, 1, goodbye. You know what they're doing now? They're giving you a choice. You can either watch all the commercials for any given piece that is laced with commercials at the beginning, or you can watch them during the actual video. So that was one. I hope this works. Jill Biden gave about a 2-minute and 10-second oration about how Joe will make us whole again. Now at the end of it, and I think I talked about this the other night, but I'm going to play the actual example. At the end of it, at 1:45, she stops. She's finished. She's done. And she's smiling at the camera. And Joe is supposed to walk into the frame from the right side. He's standing just out of camera range. He's supposed to walk in and give her a hug and make his statement. Well, he doesn't walk in. He forgets to walk in. He's still standing there. And after 3 seconds, she turns to her left and smiles at him to beckon him. Remember, Joe, you're supposed to walk in here. So he walks in at that point. And what he says to her is phenomenal. Let me see if I can find this. Here it is. I hope there's not a commercial in the way here. All right, here she is finishing up her little statement. Now there, I got a little bit more time. Okay, there we go. Here. Okay, Jill. Finish up.
Of America for all of us.
1, 2, 3. She finally turned and had to laugh to get him to come over to her. And I know a lot of you saw this. So he comes over. Here it is.
Of America for all of us.
Now she's waiting for him to come in. He doesn't come in. She turns and laughs, puts her arms up. And he walks in, and you know what he says, David?
No, I haven't seen the clip. What did he say?
Here, let's hear. You won't be able to make it out. I've studied it. I'll tell you what he says.
Great.
Oh, I can't do that. No.
He says something, and he says, "How are you?"
Great.
He says, "How are you?" Like, how you been?
That's
How
right.
are you? Oh, totally. He doesn't know how to act. Then he turns toward the camera, and rather than make his own statement, he says, "Hey, everyone, I'm Joe Biden's husband."
Is that what he says?
You ready?
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. I'm Joe Biden's husband.
He's lost it. He's lost it. I tell you what, if Trump comes back with positive reversals in the RNC, then Trump's going to win re-election. There's no doubt, based on Biden's reversals anyway.
Right. All right. Here, there's more. Here, I want you to hear that again, though.
Okay.
Hello. Hey, everyone. I'm Joe Biden's husband. The man is out of his mind. He says, "How are you?"
Hey, everyone. I'm Joe Biden's husband. As you heard tonight, excuse me, you can see why she's the love of my life, the rock of our family. She never gives herself much credit. But the truth is, she's the strongest person I know. She's a backbone like a ramrod. And you know,
Right there, after he said ramrod, there was a big flash edit. So he ran off the rails there, and they edited it together. And now he tries to say the word lady. But his mind, this is common with people with dementia and Alzheimer's, they'll repeat the same word over and over again.
Okay.
all of you out there across the country, just think of your favorite educator who gave you the confidence to believe in yourself. That's the kind of first lady this Jill Biden will be.
There it is.
Yeah.
So he is, there's no way, but the point is, there's no way he made that 35 or 40 minute speech with no screw ups unless it was a total edit job. And they can edit anything now to where you will not see the edits.
Yeah.
Anyhow. All right. Just my little contribution. It's
there you go.
bad.
Well,
It's
anyway,
bad.
I've played you two bad reversals in a row. No, three in a row. They deserve to feel they're sick. Thank God that word. They want to know we fall. And here's the next one.
As many have said, America's at an inflection point, a time of real peril, but also of extraordinary possibilities. We can choose a path of becoming angrier, less hopeful, more divided.
And here he says, and you muck in the path.
And you must give me path.
And you must give me path. And you must give me path.
He's messing it all up. His path is the wrong path to choose.
Yeah, he's mucking in the path, all right. He knows. His subconscious knows. You're a mess.
Right. Exactly right. Yeah. Yeah, and here we have another one.
The child care and elder care system that makes it possible for parents to go to work and for the elderly to stay in their homes with dignity.
He simply says, grow where August.
Grow what August? Grow what August? Grow what August?
I guess August for the conventions. I guess the only thing I can think of.
I don't know.
Don't know. All right, here we have another one.
The current president is threatening to break that promise. He's proposing to eliminate a tax that pays for almost half the Social Security without any way of making up for that lost revenue, resulting in cuts. I will not let that happen.
He says, but I tell.
I tell.
Yeah, slide. Yeah, that's a congruent reversal, that one. He's just stating the obvious, but I tell. And here we have another one.
Play that again, David, will you, please? The reversal. But I tell.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
That's a weird sounding but.
Yeah, okay.
The current president is threatening to break that promise. He's proposing to eliminate a tax that pays for almost half the Social Security without any way of making up for that lost revenue, resulting in cuts. I will not let that happen.
Okay, here's a reversal, but I tell.
I tell.
Oh, yeah.
I tell.
Yeah, I agree. It's a strange
Do you hear and listen again, do you hear an M in the very beginning? Could it be might I tell?
I tell. I tell.
Yeah, it could very well be might. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it could very well be might I tell.
Might I tell? I don't know. Might he? Don't know.
Don't know. And then the last one I got on Biden is this one here.
And the hard work of rooting out our systemic racism. You know, American history tells us that it's been in our darkest moments that we've made our greatest progress.
Here it says, God gone and naps in it.
God gone and naps in it. God gone and naps in it. God gone and naps in it.
God's left us alone. He's fallen asleep. God's abandoned America is basically what he's saying.
God's gone to say that again. Play that again. That's good. That's good. God's gone to a nap, right?
God's gone and naps in it. God's gone and naps in it.
God's gone and naps in it. God's gone and naps in it. God's gone and naps in it.
Could be talking about himself even, you know.
Yeah. That's wild. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There we have reversals on Biden. Not really a good one among them. Basically saying that he's not well. Is essentially what he's saying. And actually, there's a reverse on Kamala. I'll go and play her that indicates he's not well either.
Who, as vice president, implemented the Recovery Act, which brought our country back from the Great Recessions. He championed the Affordable Care Act.
And she calls him by a metaphor, the chef. And he says, the chef's so ill.
The chef's so ill.
The chef's so ill. The chef's so ill.
So when someone is called a chef, that's obviously a ranking. Perfect. Okay, it's a ranking example of somebody. All right. So he's a chef. All right.
Yeah. He's the chief. He's cooking he's making it all happen, but he's ill.
Right.
Okay, so here's Biden introducing Kamala Harris.
Her story is America's story. Different from mine in many particulars, but also not so different in the essentials.
He says, you need to feed your stunt. Actually, I'm hearing, and you need to feed your stump.
Wait, yeah, one more time, please.
Feed your stump.
Yeah, I'm hearing, and you need to feed your stump.
Feed your stump. Feed your stump.
Well, it's the stump. The stump. It's the stump. Clearly the stump.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it again.
Feed your stump.
Oh, yeah.
Feed your stump. Feed your stump.
Yeah.
You need to feed the stump. Well, what the hell does that mean?
Stunt. S-T-N-U-N-T. Stunt.
S-T-N-U-N-T? Oh, S-T-U-N-T. Stunt.
S-T-U-N-T.
All right.
Yes, it's a stunt. Bring Kamala Harris on is a stunt. Okay, it's just
feed the stunt.
And here we have another reason why he's bringing Kamala Harris on.
Uh-huh.
She's going to stand with me in this campaign, and all of us are going to stand up for her.
Here he says, her finance.
Her finance. Her finance. Her finance.
Is she bringing money?
No.
She is.
She's going to stand with me in this camp.
Sorry?
No. He's not saying finance. He's saying, I hate to say this, but it kind of fits.
Yeah.
He's saying fun ass.
Fun ass? Okay.
She's going to stand with me in this campaign, and all of us are going to stand up for her.
And you're hearing her fun ass.
Her finance. Her finance. Her finance.
Her fine ass. Is that what you're hearing? Oh, my.
She's going to stand with me in this campaign, and all of us are going to stand up for her. Her finance. Her finance.
It's her fun ass. She's a whore. Her fun ass.
Yeah, I can hear that. Well, that's typical Biden's.
That's exactly how he would disrespectfully talk about her. Exactly. Subconsciously or consciously.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
She's probably notorious.
I'm sorry?
She's probably notorious as being a sleep. She slept her way to prominence, all right? So reversal about he's thinking about her fun ass, or disparagingly or otherwise, makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Play it again. I like that one. Could you play that again?
Oh, you
just the reversal.
Sure. Let me just open it up. Yep, sure. Okay. Here we go.
Stand up for her. Her finance. Her finance. Her finance.
For her fun ass. We're not going to stand up for her. We're going to stand up for her fun ass.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The creeper.
And then he says this.
With more than 5 million reported infections, 165,000 people dead and climbing as a consequence of COVID-19. And still, months later, no real leadership or plan.
Here he says the lawyer won.
The lawyer won. The lawyer won. The lawyer won.
Because the Kamala's a lawyer. So, yeah.
The lawyer won.
Speaks for itself.
We're not going to stand up for her. We're going to stand up for her fun ass. Boy, that guy's a creep.
Yep. Okay, so now here's Kamala responding to Biden.
And 30 years ago, I stood before a judge for the first time, breathed deep, and uttered the phrase that would truly guide my career and the rest of my career.
Now, look, I documented this as I'm God, as in I'm God, I am God, but Jeff heard it as damn God. So, and I can't decide. I can't decide whether I like Jeff's or mine. It's either I'm God or damn God.
Damn God.
Damn God.
Oh, it's damn.
Damn.
Damn God.
It's damn. Yeah, it's damn. No, I agree. It's damn. Huh. Okay, well, look, all I can tell you is that these candidates are not speaking very nicely about God. And why is God coming into it even in the first place is a little bit of a strange one. So, okay.
Well, look, this is a David, this is a battle This is a battle. It's the age-old battle against good versus evil. I'm not saying only the Democrats are evil. They're all evil. Any professional politician at that level is corrupt, or they wouldn't be there.
Right.
That's how you get there. It's part of the perks you get when you do get there. So, I mean, think about these statements. What Biden really thinks about her. We'll stand up for you, but not you. And it just goes on and on. Now she's disparaging God. This comes from a satanic mindset over long term, I would suggest. It's a reflex. Yeah. It's how they really, truly perceive from a subconscious state, how they perceive the world.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Just my thoughts. I'm not speaking for you, but anyway.
No, that's okay. Here we have camera again.
And I'll admit, over the past 4 years, there have been moments when I have truly worried about our future. But whenever I think that there is a reason for doubt, whenever I've had my own doubts, I think of you.
And she says, I am bad, our venom.
I am bad, our venom. I am bad, our venom. I am bad, our venom.
Oh, so I don't know why that cuts the last word off. Sorry about that.
I am bad with our venom.
Yep, that's what it says.
Oh.
So we do not have good reversals on these two Democratic candidates. And we've still got some more here. Here we go. Here's the next one.
These women and the generations that followed worked to make democracy and opportunity real.
But backwards, she says, "Hear the noose you bought."
Oh, interesting.
Hear the noose. She's hanging ourselves. We've created problems.
What do you have as the first word?
Hear.
No, it's F
or H-E-R-E.
It's fear.
Oh, fear the noose you bought. All right, let's play it again. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Fear, you better fear the noose you bought. You bought it. You better fear it. They're going to hang you.
Yeah. These are just not good reversals.
No.
Then we have this one is typical Kamala.
Something better, and do the important work. A president who will bring all of us together. Black, white, Latino, Asian, indigenous.
And she says, serve the law.
Serve the law. Serve the law.
Serve the law.
Yes, that's, she's a prosecutor.
It's congruent, yeah.
And do the...
Yeah, that's congruent. You know, she's a prosecutor, DA. That's the sort of thing that she would say. And here she is talking about, I'm not sure. Here she's talking about the virus. Now, this is an interesting reversal.
Putting their own safety on the line to help us get through this pandemic. And we see it in so many of you who are working, not just to get us through our current crisis, but to somewhere better.
And she says, it's a con.
It's a con.
It's a con.
So is the
virus a con, or is her speech a con? So, she's talking about the virus. Is she talking in terms of virus being a con?
She knows.
I don't know.
The whole thing is a con. Yeah. There's a real virus, but what it's being used for, what the plans have been made to use it for, have been around for a long time. And this is it. This is the big overthrow. Look at the story at the top of headlines. 1,000 German doctors call it all a fraud. And they're launching their own massive investigation into it. Meanwhile, Comrade Merkel is pressing Germans into the dirt under the bottom of her boot. This is what they do.
Okay.
Well, those are very interesting. Those are very revealing, and I think honestly it goes back to the concept that That's a designated losing ticket. Because they're going, remember, as the more they speak, and Biden isn't going to speak much, but the more they speak, the more we and all people will hear them at a subconscious level. We hear reversals. We don't realize it at the time, but we hear it. Yep. So when they're being duplicitous, people hear that, and it doesn't sit well with them. They can't quantify it or explain how or why, but it doesn't work. And they are not comfortable. So these people are going to be, if Biden even speaks at all, they're going to be spewing these really rather vicious reversals. Think about it. And that's going to be heard by tens and tens of millions of people.
Yep, not a good one among them. We got time for two on Bill Clinton before the break? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here's Bill Clinton at the DNC.
With the COVID-19 outbreak on a path to killing 200,000 people and destroying millions of jobs and small businesses. Yep.
Okay. He's got other things on his mind because he says backwards, I like the path on my girl bunny.
I like this path on my girl bunny. I like this path on my girl bunny. I like this path on my girl bunny.
His girl bunny. He's got a girl on the side.
With the COVID-19 outbreak.
Think about women when he's talking about
Well, wait a minute. I think he might have said something else there in that last word. I don't think it was bunny. Play it again, please. Let me just see what we got.
I like this path on my girl bunny. I like this path on my girl bunny. I like this path on my girl bunny.
There's no B there, David. I can't hear it. It's running. Not bunny. It's running.
Okay. All right, let's do it again.
I like this path on my girl bunny.
Oh, yeah.
This path on my girl bunny.
Yeah.
There's an R.
It is running. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Means the
so
same
he
thing.
Likes the path.
Other things on his mind.
Yeah, he likes the path on a girl running. So that's a kind of almost a semi-metaphor of chasing women, which is what he's done his whole life. A girl running and he's going to chase, right?
Which is everything Bill Clinton is.
Correct.
And here he is again.
In this job interview, the difference is stark. You know what Donald Trump will do with 4 more years.
He says, grieving, without the G, grieving in my sin.
Grieving in my sin. Grieving in my sin. Grieving in my sin.
Grieving in my
Obviously,
sin. Wow.
He's got something else on his mind. He's got a woman up his sleeve. He's been busted. I don't know.
Well, all right.
Typical
well, very
Bill
good.
Clinton.
Very good. All right, we'll come back with more. And, the Democrats have a designated losing ticket, it would sound like. You think of all the other people they could have put in there. A media master, Pete Buttigieg. I'm not a big fan, but I do acknowledge talent when I see it, and he is a talented speaker. Biden, forget it. Harris, forget it. So I don't know what's going on here, but it looks more and more like Trump is going to win another 4 if his health holds out, and I don't think he's healthy. So, well, anyway, hang on, gang. It's all speculative, but lots to speculate upon. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Hour number 2 with David Oates, and we heard some pretty grim And the word is D-O-U-R, doer. Reversals in the first hour. We've got another hour to go. I want to revisit some of those later on, if you want, some of the worst. That one about Biden and the camel's rear end. That's a classic. We got to put that up again. All right, onward, David. Go right ahead.
Okay. All right, let's look at Obama. This is Obama at the DNC. Incidentally, I did Michelle Obama. Didn't find one reversal on her. Not one. So,
Michael Robinson is her real name. Just so you know that.
Yeah, yes, I did know that. But,
yeah. And so I wonder, what is it? Well, what does that tell us?
Huh?
Being a tranny?
It tells us she's very, very polished. She's reading to a camera. She's reading a script. No rapport with the audience. You know, it's just a dead speech. Nothing, no meaning behind it, no emotion. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Even though it looked like it was full with emotion, it wasn't. It was just a staged act.
She's a zombie.
What it means.
I got it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so here's Obama.
And gradually we made this country more just and more equal and more free. The one constitutional office elected by all of the people is the presidency.
And he says, beat with the law, I'm the killer.
Oh, beat with the law, I'm the killer. Oh, beat with the law, I'm the killer. Oh, beat with the law, I'm the killer.
So what does he mean by I'm the killer? I don't know.
And gradually we made this country more just.
What's he saying? I'll beat with the law, I am the killer. I'll beat you up with the law, I'm the killer.
I'm the killer. Yeah,
is that what he's saying?
Yeah. I'll beat with the law, not beat you up, but yeah, you can
No,
say
I understood. I'm just extemporaneously
okay.
speaking there. Just adding a little, but that's what he's saying.
I beat with the law, I'm the killer. Here it is again.
Oh, beat with the law, I'm the killer. Oh, beat with the law, I'm the killer.
Yeah, right there.
Yep.
Yeah, so why is he calling himself a killer? I don't know. The man has. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Oh no, that's okay. No, it's just a strange reversal. There's just a lot more to him, and he's
egomaniacal, David, and I think he sees himself as an Olympian figure, not athletically, but a Greek Olympus god figure. He really does. He wants to be worshipped and idolized. He's a real trip, that guy.
Yeah, this next reversal has shades of Larry Sinclair on it. Here we go.
Maybe you're tired of the direction we're headed, but you can't see a better path yet. Or you just don't know enough about the person who wants to lead us there.
And he says, that's the deal. It's snow.
That's the deal. It's snow. That's the deal. It's snow. That's the deal. It's snow.
Snow, obviously referring to cocaine, I guess.
Maybe you're tired of the direct.
I don't know. Is he doing coke still?
Is grass green?
I don't know how else to interpret it.
No, of course not.
No, that's the only way I can interpret it. I mean, what we are seeing in reverse of these people is a totally opposite picture from what they're presenting. The presentation is the false front. What the reversal is tapping into is the real person behind the front that we are led to believe is real. So
it's showbiz. That's all it is.
Yep. Here's the next one.
It was those Americans, our ancestors. They were on the receiving end of a democracy that had fallen short all their lives. They knew how far the daily reality of America strayed from the myth.
Here he says, the crime when we lie, we lead. The crime when we lie, we lead.
The crime when we lie, we lead. The crime when we lie, we lead.
That's clear. That's a great reversal. It's got that nice melodic sing-song tone to it. You know, it's
yeah, so that's a classic.
In other words,
yeah.
I'm going to play it again. The crime when we lie, we lead.
America strayed from the myth. The crime, but we lie, we lead.
Oh,
but we lie, we lead.
Yeah, so I don't know why it cuts off at the end on that one.
Wait,
that's
couldn't
a classic reversal.
Oh yes, couldn't we? I mean, we could actually cut the first part off, and just use the when we lie, we lead. We lead. That's profound in and of itself.
Yeah, that says it all.
Play it again. That is such a good one. Let's hear that again.
Sure. Okay, here's the forwards.
It was those Americans, our ancestors. They were on the receiving end of a democracy that had fallen short all their lives. They knew how far the daily reality of America strayed from the myth.
Okay, so I've got the crime in there. You could take that off and just say, when we lie, we lead.
The crime, but we lie, we lead. The crime, but we lie, we lead.
Well, it works. It works, David, because I think if we put a punctuation mark, a pause after the crime, he's defining the crime, and then he defines it.
The crime is when we lead.
The crime. That's right. The crime.
When we lead.
That's right.
That's the crime. Yeah, that's right. And here he is.
And that's
again.
what leadership is, unfortunately, now in too many cases. It's all lies.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Here we go.
Americans of all races joining together to declare, in the face of injustice and brutality at the hands of the state, that Black Lives Matter.
Okay, now listen, I heard this reversal as see a war, W-A-R, but my mate, my right-hand man Jeff, heard as see a wall, W-A-L-L. But when I checked it, I still heard war. So I'm playing it, and you can determine who's right. Is it see a war or see a wall?
See a wall. See a wall. See a wall.
I hear war. That's what I hear.
I hear L.
And it's... You hear the L? Well, see, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try it again.
I can't hear the L.
Let's let everyone at home decide. Play it again.
Okay, here it is. See a war or see a wall?
What's the matter? Is see a wall? Is see a wall? Is see a wall?
I don't know.
You know, it could go either way on that. It could be on either way. And I think, see a war.
I agree with that.
How would see a war fit into what he's talking about? See a war. What would that do?
He's seeing what's coming up ahead. You know, all those war reversals I played on your show last
See, that's
time.
why I wanted you to answer that question, because it makes sense in conjunction with all the things that you've found. Well, they know there's a war coming. They all know it.
They do. Yeah, there's a war coming. Look, there's no doubt. You can read it. You can see it in the world everywhere. It's coming. It's on its way. All right, let's have a look at the Antichrist herself, Nancy Pelosi. Here we go.
$60,250,000. Does that say anything about a value system? Millions of families on the verge of eviction in our country.
And here she says, we serve you not.
Serve me not.
Serve me not. Serve me not. I mean,
no.
That doesn't need any interpretation, that one, does it?
I think what she says is she's talking about the grief of all the people who are facing eviction. And the last eviction protection in the U.S. for renters ended today, with their September rent just days away. These people are all victims of this pandemic. And if you play Nancy Pelosi again, I'll tell you what I think she says.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's play it again. Here's the forwards.
$60,250,000. Does that say anything about a value system? Millions of families on the verge of eviction in our country.
Because I've got it as we serve you not.
Disturb me not. Disturb me not. Disturb me not.
Oh, now what do you hear?
Disturb me not. Doesn't bother me at all.
Disturb me.
Disturb me not.
Disturb me not. Disturb me not. Disturb me not.
Ooh, I can hear that both ways, actually. I can hear that.
In other words, she's saying, her subconscious is saying, I don't give a damn about all those people, really. I don't care. Disturb me not. Doesn't bother me.
Right. Yep.
But I hear the me in there quite clearly, and I think there's a B, disturb me.
Yeah, okay. All right, try the next one on. Here's the next one.
If we do not defeat the virus, we're never going to be able to open our economy and open our schools safely to send our children to school.
But it's a con with you.
But it's a con with you. But it's a con with you.
That's clear.
But it's a con with you.
That's a classic reversal too. They've got that nice, beautiful, melodic sing-song tone to it. Let's play it again.
But it's a con with you. But it's a con with you.
Say it for the listeners, David. Say it.
We do not defeat the...
Sorry?
What does she say again for the listener?
But it's a con with you. In other words, we're conning you. This is a con.
Okay? Of course.
But it's a con.
Yeah.
So here it is again.
The con with you.
Oh, sorry. No, okay, now we'll do it.
But it's a con with you. But it's a con with you.
Oh, it's so
clear. Clear to me.
But it's a con with you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what she said today?
Disturb me not? What's what she said today?
Well, that disturb me not is a let them eat cake. You know, there were the lower classes, the renters, the peons. I don't care about them. Disturb me not. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
That's why she said today, she said, Republicans are domestic enemies of the state. Now, what's funny about that is it works both ways. The communist Democrats are domestic enemies of the state. So the pot calls the kettle black.
I can't believe she said that. Wow. Okay. All right, here's the next one.
And we have shown them, well documented by a sort of experts in the field, that to do virtual, to do actual, and to do hybrid cost about the same amount of money.
And she says, blank that, your thought.
Your thoughts. Your thoughts. Your thoughts.
Yeah, it's a bit unclear. She's just abusing herself and what she's thinking. Oh, gee, this is not good, is what she's saying. She's beating herself up. And then she says this.
The needs of our children and their safely being able to go back to school. We all want our kids to go back to, well, my grandkids to go back to school, have every version of the story.
She says, serve you with a hoax, the coward.
Serve you with a hoax, the coward. Serve you with a hoax, the coward. Serve you with a hoax, the coward.
Another very clear classic reversal.
Yeah.
That nice, beautiful sing-song melodic tone to it. Con, hoax. These people are just not telling us the truth about anything.
They're career criminal politicians. Career criminal politicians. That's all they are. They're all in on it. They know what's really going on. They're playing their roles.
Yeah. Yep. And here she is again.
This is a very, very important issue for us. And so when they said the president by executive order was going to do a moratorium on evictions, good. Not good enough because we need money.
And she says, I was a selfish shit.
No, wasn't a selfish shit. No, wasn't a selfish.
Oh, sorry. And I was a selfish shit. Sorry. I'll do it again.
Wasn't a selfish shit. No, wasn't a selfish shit. No, wasn't a selfish shit.
Out of her own mouth.
A little differently. She's no word. I think the two words in the beginning were no worse. No worse.
No.
The selfish shit. No worse The selfish shit.
Okay.
Money. No, it's the selfish.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's the selfish.
Yeah.
No, it's the selfish.
Yeah, actually, your version fits better than I was. I mean, it's the same thing, you know. She's beating herself up, calling us
That's right.
selfish shit. Then she says, this one, here we go.
Much is being said, and this is about the lives and the livelihood of the American people.
Here she says, Vibe, as in V-I-B-E, was a sinner.
My business in it.
My business in it. My business in it.
In other words, her vibes are not very good at all. Okay, she's putting off bad vibes, and anyone who gets bad vibes
she's good at
from
that.
Pelosi, yeah, she's very good at it. Okay, so that's the Democratic convention. Let's play you a few on Trump that I found as well. So here we go.
Very interesting news. Kevin Kleinsmith, a corrupt FBI attorney who falsified FISA warrants.
This is all from this week, by the way. These are all, maybe last week as well. Last week and this week. So these are all current speeches. Love was awful.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, it's awful. Yeah, it's awful.
Well, I think that's pretty congruent with the forwards. Let's play the forwards again.
Very interesting news. Kevin Kleinsmith, a corrupt FBI attorney who falsified FISA warrants. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, it's just a congruent reversal. Love was awful.
Yeah, it's awful. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, that's a statement of fact. You know, he a corrupt attorney, corrupt whatever he was. Love was awful. Then we've got this one here.
We also worked with Honeywell to open factories in Arizona and Rhode Island. They're now producing over 20 million masks a month. By the end of the year, domestic U.S. manufacturing will have produced over 1 billion N95 respirators.
And here it says, December grieve.
December grieve.
December grieve. December grieve.
So I don't know what's going to happen in December. What happens in December?
We also worked with Honeywell to...
I'll tell you what's going to happen in December. It'll be after the election, which will resolve nothing, probably end up in the courts. This is going to be a bad December, a bad year end, November, December. From now on out, it's, as I said, it's going to be hell on wheels for this country. We're in real trouble. Real trouble. We've got no leadership. We have no ethics. We have no good people. None. And if you remember how all of the leading contenders, from Harris to Buttigieg, all of them dropped out almost on cue. They were told to drop out to allow Biden to become the nominee, which they did. They all dropped out. They wouldn't, no arguments. They just dropped out and endorsed Biden. Nobody in their right mind would do that unless they were ordered to do it. So, designated loser. I don't see Harris as presidential material on any yardstick at all. So I don't know what they're doing. It looks, and Trump, if Trump would just keep his mouth shut and act presidential, which he doesn't know how to do, he could pull it off, and it would be right now pretty much Trump's race to lose. But he doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. He never will. He's not sounding good, David. You remember how he used to sound in 2015, 16? There's no more energy in that person. He sounds flat. He sounds medicated to me. He's boring. He's boorish. We've got nothing to look up to in this country on either side of the aisle. We've got to get away from the personalities, stop thinking about the people, and think about the issues. We have left, progressive, communist, Leninist, Marxist, Bolshevik, or we have the potential of getting back to the constitutional republic on the right. That's the difference. That's the choice.
Yep.
The people are no damn
right,
good.
Next reversal. Okay. Next reversal, or are we going to a break? Where are we at? So.
We've got a break coming up, but okay. Go ahead. Let's do one more. Go ahead.
One more.
Disney, they're worried because it's such a big communications platform and a payment platform in China that if you ban U.S. businesses from working with them, that they won't be able to sell, iPhones into China or similar markets.
Whatever.
So you don't mind if
got to do what's good in terms of the security of our country.
He says, and so we're dead.
So we're dead. So we're dead. So we're dead.
So we're dead. Let's play that again after the break. I want to hear that again. That was Mnuchin, correct? Talking for the most part?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. All right. Let's revisit that one right after the other side of the break. And dear friends, please don't forget our sponsors are very important. The products all do as they're advertised. I take them all. I'm very proud of them. Don't discount them for a moment and support the program. But better than that, support your own health. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, here we are. All right, David, please play that again, forward and back.
The last one again, and so we're dead. Okay, so here's forwards, coming up right now.
Disney, they're worried because it's such a big communications platform and a payment platform in China that if you ban U.S. businesses from working with them, that they won't be able to sell, iPhones into China or similar markets.
Whatever.
So you don't mind if
got to do what's good in terms of the security of our country.
And so we're dead.
So we're dead. So we're dead. So we're dead.
That's exactly what he said. Yeah.
That's exactly. It's an ominous prediction. See, I think there's war coming up. I was going to get a reversal out, and I didn't get time. That I played around 2016. And we heard it two different ways. It was Donald Trump saying, and all will be killed, or you could also hear it as, and all will be healed. Do you remember that? And we argued over which one it said, killed or healed. And I said,
I vaguely remember
about them. And I said, with some prediction about his presidency. Well, we're looking at that situation right now with COVID. Either we're all going to be killed in a war or we're all going to be healed with the vaccine. So we're actually looking at that very scenario that we found 2016 coming true before our eyes.
Well, I would
I'll pull that reverse.
Yeah, please pull that up when you can. I don't believe the vaccine is going to do anything about healing anyone. This is a very dark and dirty subject, and I would urge all of you to look at the videos at the top of the homepage. There are 3 of them. They're set up above the top first headline story. The second one, I believe it's the second one, is that American woman physician, and she just nails the whole vaccine issues. The evil of the vaccine, the fact it's an RNA vaccine. It has never been tested. This is not like any other vaccine. And there is some suggestion now that getting the vaccine will make you far sicker should you become infected with the actual virus. Or it could even give it to you. There's a lot of rumors out there. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing, not passing judgment on it. But look at that video. She's very good.
Yeah, Yeah, Australia's just signed a contract to secure 25 million doses of the vaccine from Oxford if the trials succeed, and they were going to make it compulsory. And then the opposition pointed out you can't, under the Constitution, make it compulsory. But now they're saying if you don't take the vaccine, you'll be cut off from government benefits and employers will fire you.
Oh, you won't be able to go to the
crazy.
store. You won't. No, they'll make you suffer. That's what they're going to do. No doubt.
It's crazy.
The top story that you should listen to, and I want to apologize. We have a little bit of a delay tonight. That's not usual when David's on. I don't know what the deal is, but he's not able to hear me as clearly as he usually does. So we've been stepping all over each other tonight, and I do apologize about that. The video I want you to look at for sure. It's number 3 in that top 3. Doctor investigates the new COVID-19 vaccine, says it frightens me. The tech will be in the vaccine, all right? And then it's an essay called Transhumanism 2.0. Really well worth watching. And anyone who takes this vaccine, in my view, is asking for real trouble.
Wow. Okay. Here's Donald Trump again in Minnesota last week. I
said before, George Washington could be running for office. If he's anti-fracking, anti-guns, and anti-religion, he's going to have a hard time.
Here we have an interesting reversal. That's against Trump's statements. He says, and there's no God.
There's no God. There's no God.
Of course, he's right into God, isn't he? So why would he say, and there's no God?
Well, he's a Lubavitcher.
Yeah.
He's a Lubavitcher Jew convert, according to many people. And I'm not saying he's a member, but he might be. He's certainly influenced by the Lubavitch sect through Jerry Kushner and the princess in a very profound way. So maybe denouncing God as a Goyim concept is what he was thinking when he said that. I don't know. But
okay.
Doesn't surprise me.
There we go. We just played it. All right, so here's the next one.
I'm strong. I'm here to fight and to stand up for you.
That's great. Thank you. Great. You'll be with you, please.
I don't know what this refers to. He says, we got doubts.
That audio quality is pretty shaky. Yeah, it's not a real crisp piece of audio to begin with.
No, it's not a good recording. All right, I hope this one comes over. This is a funny one.
They didn't want him to put up a little sign on his lawn that said Trump Pence, right? A little sign. He said, I'll put it on my boat. He put it on the side of his boat.
Here it says, Trump's an ass. I'm not sure an ass now. I can hear Trump. Trump's in us? So I scrapped that one. I'm not sure.
It sounds more like Trump's in us than anything I can hear.
Yeah,
that's not a very clear piece of audio.
No, it's a bad clip. That's why we can't tell it. Let me move off Minnesota. That's a bad clip. Let's move on to here he is in New Jersey last week. I think this is a good clip.
Over the last 3 months, the United States has added 623,000 manufacturing jobs. Remember, you'd need a magic wand to get manufacturing jobs.
And he says, and I'm begging now.
I'm begging no.
I would imagine is what it would mean for the.
What his initial statement was that there were over 600,000 jobs, manufacturing jobs created in the U.S. in last week. Is that what he said?
Let's
I would suggest that. Go ahead.
Over the last 3 months, the United States has added 623,000 manufacturing jobs. Remember, you'd need a magic wand to get manufacturing jobs.
And I'm begging now.
I'm begging no.
In other words, I think that he knows the quote is how do I do this politely? Suspicious. I don't think that number is accurate. Yeah. And he's actually, his subconscious is, I'm begging now. I hope we can get that number. I hope we can get those jobs.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's a true figure.
That will make sense.
I think it was,
yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay. All right. Next one. Here we go.
China virus, the illness took a devastating toll on both states, as you know. While both states really took the brunt of the infection earlier this year, thankfully, we have not seen a resurgence.
Not too sure what this means. Praise the dealer and they shove me. Praise the dealer and they shove me.
Praise the dealer, nishkafni.
Praise the dealer, nishkafni. Praise the dealer, nishkafni.
Clear reversal, beautiful melodic sing-song tone to it, classic reversal.
Yeah. I couldn't guess what he means.
He's being pushed around by someone, is what it is. They shoved me. He's giving a false picture because he's being pushed around. That's the only thing I
get it. And maybe that's why he sounds so depressed, because he knows after 3.5 years he doesn't really have any control over much of anything, any power. He's a figurehead.
Yep.
And I think that may be reflected in his depressed sounding voice. He's not playing the game anymore.
Yep. All right. You remember how Biden talked about it's between the light. We're going to bring the light in, or whatever it was. I can't remember what his statement was. But anyway, here's this is a prelude to this reversal.
Cash bail releasing 400,000 criminals onto our streets. Think of no more cash bail. Look at what happened in New York.
This one says, and then the battle with the light.
And then the battle with the light.
And then the battle with the light. And then the battle with the light.
Oh, don't know why the end clips off all the time. I'm sorry about that. Let's play the forward and reverse again.
Cash bail releasing 400,000 criminals onto our streets. Think of no more cash bail. Look at what happened in New York. And then the battle with the light.
And then the battle with the light.
And then the battle with the light. 400,000 criminals on the street. You've got to battle with the light, don't you?
You bet. Sure.
Statement of fact, really. That's just
another tentacle of the endless war of good against evil, dark against light. What it is.
That's right. Yep. Not too sure what this one means.
Should have a good audience. People are going to find out what the hell's going on. I see he hasn't answered a question since they just said, I just see it on the newscast, since July 17th.
Sex in a knot, this will get us idiots.
Sex in a knot, this is get us idiots.
Sex in a knot, this is get us idiots. Sex in a knot.
Okay, I'm assuming it's a metaphor. Sex doesn't mean the act of sex. This is energy. Sex in a knot. We're all tied up. Our energy is not flowing well. We're going to get idiots, where things aren't flowing well, and we're going to end up with idiots doing the job.
You got it. Yeah.
Yep, that makes pretty straightforward sense to me. Then. This is an interesting one. This is Intel. I've got a clue what it might mean, but it's only a guess. So here's the forwards.
And that's not that atypical in Texas. We had people on the highways, on the roadways. We're driving to some oil well where we gave a speech. But it was 20-minute drive between the plane.
And this series says, stop. Right.
Plane.
Okay, it says, ships are big, you are well.
Ships are big, you are well.
Ships are big, you are well. Ships are big, you are well.
I think that's Intel. There's ships, maybe ships on the China Sea. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe the situation's stable.
Right.
I think it's tapping into Intel at some stage. Could be.
Yeah, I do. I agree. Yeah, we're looking at the South China Sea. We're looking at Taiwan. Story today, the Chinese are building or have built a number of large, fast, amphibious assault ships for Chinese Marines. They will run them right on the shore, and the Marines will storm ashore. It sounds like invasion planning of Taiwan as part of a conflict in that portion of the world. Whether it'll be held into the South China Sea theater or out of it, I don't know. But it doesn't sound good. Nothing you've played is forecasting no war. It's all suggestive of war, and soon.
All of the reversals I'm finding are suggesting conflict coming up very quickly, and our leaders are just not with it. Just really not. It's a bit dire situation. It really is. All right, and here we have a straightforward reversal on Trump.
Your state lost over 50,000 manufacturing jobs when Biden was vice president. In my first 3 years, Pennsylvania gained 14,000 jobs.
He says they deserve jobs.
They deserve jobs.
Just speaks for itself. Straightforward, concurrent reversal.
Sure. Your state lost over 50,000.
Okay, so basically what we've got here is we've got the Democrats, not a good reversal among them. They're all talking about lies, hoax, and con. Okay, so the platform that they are presenting to the public is not representative of who they really are. Trump, like him or dislike him, I mean, look, Trump's not perfect by a long shot, but his reversals are better than the Democrats. That's all I can tell you. We've got more congruity in his reversals than the Dems. But there's still a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes.
Can we go back to the
reversal
well, go back to the Biden one about standing up for the camel. I want to hear that.
Standing up for the camel? Oh, her fine ass. Her fun ass. Is that what you mean?
Right.
That one?
Yeah.
She's going to stand with me in this campaign, and all of us are going to stand up for her.
Her fun ass.
Her fun ass.
Her fun ass. Her fun ass.
He's such
for
a
her
that guy.
Fun ass. He is really degenerate. What's left of his brain is showing clear evidence of degeneracy. What a vile career criminal politician. All you got to do is look at the video at the top of the homepage. I've got that video up there of him grabbing that little girl's hand and rubbing his crotch with it. If you haven't seen that, anyone out there?
Yeah?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Go pull up the homepage and just click and watch it.
Okay.
Right now. We'll wait.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm just going into your site right now. He did that? Oh, my God. I'm just waiting for the page to open. Here we go. So let's have a look at this video. That's right at the very top. Okay.
Yeah, now watch the little girl.
It's just like, right, okay. Oh, hang on. Hit the play button.
Watch closely. There it is.
Oh, look at that.
Look at it now. She pulls her hand. She's looking at her hand. He's still holding her hand after he did that. And she can't get loose.
That is incredible. Oh, my God. What a picture. That is shocking. Wow.
There are many videos of him violating little girls.
Pictures of Bill Clinton with Epstein, slave girl.
Right. Yes, of course. Look, and Trump has been accused of raping a 13-year-old girl. That's been buried. There have been others making allegations. All of these people, all the key people seem to be just filth.
Yeah. I just don't understand it. I can't understand how the American public can allow these people to stay in office. There has to be an alternative. You need a third party. Well, but the Democrats, Republicans are so strong. There's just no way you can get them out of office.
Well, there was a start, and it was called the Tea Party, and that was completely overrun, penetrated, and controlled within 6-8 months. So it went.
Yeah, right. Yep. Let me revisit the very first verse, and I'll play it on Biden. This is an important one. Everyone needs to know this message.
Did you watch that? Look, come on, man. I know you're trying to goad me, but I mean, I'm so forward looking to have an opportunity to sit with the president or stand with the president in debates.
They deserve to feel this sick.
They deserve to feel this sick.
They deserve to feel this sick.
There's no respect for the voters, the electorate, the people, none. His subconscious is saying they deserve to have my mental illness. I guess that's what he's saying. This is bad. And the forwards, if you heard it, he says, "You're trying to goad me, man." And right after that, his brain failure pops up again, and he says, "I'm forward so looking." Not I'm so looking forward to. He got his words mixed up again. Play it again, the forwards. Yeah. I'm forward so looking.
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right, so here's the forwards.
Did you watch that? Look, come on, man. I know you're trying to goad me, but I mean, I'm so forward looking to have.
Oh, so forward.
I'm so forward to looking.
Strange.
Yeah. So forward to looking.
I'm so looking forward. It should be. I'm so looking forward to. Yeah. Right. Here, let me just play that again.
Did you watch that? Look, come on, man. I know you're trying to goad me, but I mean, I'm so forward looking to have an opportunity to sit with the president or stand with the president in debates.
And when he messes up, he says they deserve to feel this sick.
They deserve to feel this sick.
They deserve to feel this sick.
Wow.
Clear as day.
Did you watch that? Look,
stop. Yeah, the public, this is his unconscious saying to him, look, yeah, you need to go and debate the president because the public deserve to feel that you're sick. That's exactly what it means, okay? And of course the other one I think, which is a good one. Oh, here's one I haven't played. Huh, okay, here we go.
That's what I asked Kamala. I asked Kamala to be the last voice in the room. To always tell me the truth, which she will. Challenge my assumptions if she disagrees.
Here it says, sealed the city shit.
Sealed the city shit.
Sealed the city shit. Sealed the city shit.
Of course, that's what the Democrats have done, you know.
Yeah, the last word.
You know.
The last word isn't there. It's SHISTS, schists or something. It's weird. Listen.
All right, I misheard it. All right, let's play it again. Here we go.
That's what I asked Kamala. I asked Kamala to be the last voice in the room. To always tell me the truth, which she will. Challenge my assumptions if she disagrees.
Okay, I've got this as sealed the city shit.
Sealed the city shit.
Sealed the city shit. Sealed the city shit.
It's SHIS. Shis.
Yeah, no, I can do that. Yep.
But maybe seal the city is enough.
I don't pretend to be 100% accurate. Sorry, I don't pretend to be 100% accurate, but I'm pretty close.
You're 98. Come on, you're the master. So this is tough. You've been working awfully hard on these. That T isn't there at the end. But what about just seal the city?
Sealed the city. Sealed the city.
Seal the city.
They have. Yeah, well, they haven't though. They've let it gone riot. They've let the city go
maybe
crazy.
Maybe there's another way to think. Play it backward, please, one more time. I just want to hear the before that, the first part of the reversal.
Okay, here we go. Yep.
That's what I asked Kamala. I asked Kamala to be the last voice in the room. To always tell me the truth, which she will. Challenge my assumptions if she disagrees. Sealed the city shit.
I don't know.
Seal the city. I don't know.
Right.
The doom of the cities is sealed. They're all going to implode, the big ones.
I would agree with that statement.
So they're sealed. They're sealed.
Yep.
Maybe that's one way to view it.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go, Jeff. I had more reversals of that, but my Jeff threw out half of them, which he's a very good man for doing that. He makes me look very good because he throws out all my rubbish so they don't get to the air.
No, I don't know how you've cranked out that many. What we're facing here, as you know better than anyone in terms of reverse speech, is the richest period of reversal. I think that kind of knowledge, we'll call it reverse knowledge, reversal knowledge, that we've ever had.
Yeah.
The next 4 or 5 months, the reversals, if you worked at it full time, you couldn't stay up. It's huge.
Well, I'm going to be right on top of this. I'll have the RNC reversals all ready by the end of this week. So if you want to have me on next week, I'm quite happy to do that. So
good. Well, let's put you in there next Monday. I think I can do that. Yeah.
Hang on, let me go and look at the diary. Next
That's
Monday.
the 31st.
Yeah, I can do that. Yep, sure.
All right.
Drop me on for the first 2 hours again. I'll have that
We'll
many
see
reversals.
See how many you get. Okay. If you do, then we'll do it.
See how we go. Yep. Okay. I'll keep you posted. Okay.
Thank you, David,
Thanks,
for all
no
the
worries.
work. Really marvelous.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye. See you.
Okay, there you go. A reverse speech survey of some of the current newsmakers. Not inspiring. Not inspiring at all. Okay, and you just, as I'm saying that, I'm thinking back in the campaign of 2015, 2016, and how many really inspiring reversals there were back then, if you were a Trump fan. Just remarkable. And then everything changed. All right, we'll be right back. Hang on.